Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here today with a wonderful little Bible called the Master Art Study Bible, the Master Art Study Edition. And I remember in Christian bookselling, we would sell these sporadically. They would sell. They weren't great sellers, but they weren't bad sellers either. I mean, they're just a great little size. This is genuine leather, got the semi-yap on it. Picked one of these up used, really inexpensive, especially for a genuine leather. You can see they just have some nice accoutrements with it, like how Holy Bible is written on the side. And we'll go to the front too, and just how it's written on the front also is just excellent. Beautiful, beautiful Bible. I'll show you how it compares with the Cambridge text only. Just a little smaller, not quite as thin, a little thicker. And it does have the thumb index, all the thumb indexing. That's when you go to purchase a Bible, you want to make sure if it's used that all the thumb indexing's in there, because that's one of the first things to go. One thing is, I've only been using this Bible since April, and this still has, even though it's got a few splotches on it, still got better gold edging than my Cambridge Bible. And I'm already wearing the lettering off the edges on the Cambridge Bible, and this is still on there. So this is a very rarely used Bible. Now, one of the things usually the sign of a high quality Bible is if it has multiple ribbon markers, and this does have 2 ribbon markers. One of the things you'll find though in older Bibles, for some reason ribbon markers get really, it's the material or something. So it has 2 in different colors. Oh, I mean, just I love the purple and then the beige white color scheme, but only one extends down below. The other one is broken off in the Bible right at the edge. It almost comes out, but it is not usable. You can always buy on eBay, there's people on there that make wonderful quality Bibles, Bible markers for like $3.79, $3.99. Ladies will make them, and you just slip them down in the spine, and then you'll have 5 markers if you really want one. But this is, again, just flexible. So let's take a look on the inside of the Master Art Study Bible. It gives a list of the illustrations. Obviously, being the Master Art Study Bible, it's going to have artwork all throughout it. So it's, in that sense, it's kind of like a mini family Bible. Family Bibles a lot of times have the good Christian artwork in them, done so much to keep Christianity in the minds of people. It has a list of Old Testament, New Testament illustrations. Another thing I really like in my Bibles is the synopsis of the books of the Bible with, like, it'll say, okay, Genesis 50 chapters, 1,533 verses, 38,267 words. I enjoy Bible statistics. So this has Bible statistics. Very well done. You can see deep, deep, dark print. This was published by World back in the day. World, just a great publisher, and very underrated for old Bibles. I wish they hadn't gone out of print. I think when Riverside bought out World, then Riverside went out of print. I think they both deep 6 together. Riverside, World, and Collins. World bought out Collins, which was an incredible printer over in the United Kingdom. It was right up there. You had Cambridge, Oxford, and Collins Bibles, and they just put out great Bibles. And World bought them, then Riverside bought World, and then everything went out of business. And it is a shame. Maybe Dr. Everett Gaddy can get it back. But you can see the class, how New Testament is written, just the different type setting on there. It's not just your basic block. It's like a high cursive or almost a semi-Gothic look. Just excellent. And even the indexing is in gold. And you can see the voluminous amount of center column in here. It also, I always like this in my Bibles, is old Usher and Lloyd's dating system at the top of the center column reference. It does have like a Bible outline, each chapter. And you can see that the references even run over down at the bottom of the page. It does not have headers in the text. It will have some very light headers on each column, and that's kind of rare. Normally you'll find a header for a page. This has a header per column. So that's just kind of a unique feature of this Bible. It doesn't have study notes, anything like that. Let's get us a painting here. This is Abram Meets Melchizedek by Castiglione. And with the wonders of Wikipedia, you can quickly look up who Castiglione was. Because I'm just going to be honest, I have no idea, other than the fact he was a painter who painted Abram and Melchizedek. And this is a black and white painting. They're not all black and white, but that is, even the fact that the artist used to paint, nowadays you throw 15 pieces of paint from 20 feet away at a canvas, and the artist tries to interpret what it means to him, and that's art, postmodern art and the cubist and all of this. And I just like, and so they always had biblical themes, with their artwork and these type things. Let's see if we can find some more artwork in here. Oh yeah, this is Poussin, The Judgment of Solomon, which I doubt very seriously the historical accuracy of some of this painting for obvious reasons. I don't think his throne's quite right, and I don't think his garb is probably quite right, and they tended to make the Jewish Middle Easterners look remarkably like Northern Europeans. But at the same time, that's all they had to work with. Most people never traveled more than 25, 30, 40 miles from home throughout history. Many did, but most didn't. And if you had 2 out of 100 that did. So that's all they had to know. That's all they knew. So obviously his throne doesn't have the lions and all of this on there. This is one of the famous David and Absalom reconciled by Rembrandt. That's a very famous painting, as most everything from Rembrandt Van Gillen is. Did I say that right? I probably didn't. It's been a while. Is it Ziln or Gillen? Used to study Rembrandt, but that's been a few years. So, see, we've got another painting somewhere. That's another black and white. Oh, Moses presents the 10 Commandments. That looks good. Now, this is an incredibly famous painting by Bloch of Satan's will for your life, just like Samson, to blind you, to bind you, and to make you grind. And so you're supposed to have joy in that more abundantly, but so many Christians, they're blinded, they're bound, and they're grinding away at life with very little joy, very little happiness. So that's a very famous painting there. It's got stars out here. The stars, I'm going to assume, as they used to meant, show the stars here, that is a messianic prophecy. I didn't take the time, I rarely do, to read like all the fun stuff at the front of a Bible of what particular things, especially now, it's like a book within a book, and it's like, I think I can figure out how to use the Bible. Maybe I'm missing something sometime. I think it's just a product of our society, they're just used to writing things about everything. It is red letter, and it is a beautiful red letter as well. It does have the red letter even in the book of Acts, which sometimes some companies post-ascension references from Jesus are not red letter. We may do a history of the red letter edition sometime. But it just feels good. Got the Transfiguration, the Last Supper by Block, same one we looked at earlier. The print size, I'm going to guess 9 to 9.5, but very deep, very dark, no ghosting, fairly consistent. The cross references, it's not like the Concord in that the cross references are actually in the text that refer you back to the center reference. And so it does muddle up the text just a little bit. These are very small, so it's not nearly as bad. It does have some literal translations in there. But yeah, I would guess 9.5. And then being kind of a study Bible, in the index it'll have helps, so you put your thumb right there and go to the Bible Reader Age, copyright 1901 by Louis Klopsch. Now, fascinatingly enough, I mentioned about doing the history of the Red Letter Bible. He's the guy that came up with the Red Letter Bible, Louis Klopsch. I had no idea until I just looked at that. And writes study helps here. So that's fantastic. Here's an index to the study helps. You can see some just paintings, coins, archaeology, what happened in between the testaments, the intertestamental period, how to study the Bible. Oh, by Dwight Lyman Moody, no less. That's going to be good. He was still alive when this, if Klopsch did this in 1901, Moody was still alive. I still kick myself. I could have bought some of his 2-volume set of his systematic theology from 1901 one time, and I didn't. It was a good price. Let's see. Yeah, the beliefs of Jewish groups by George Sanderson. See, that's good. And I would say this is more 8-point print, but still very readable. The Nazarites, the Cynic community, the Zealots, proving the Old Testament. We need a lot more of that, called apologetics. Our Sunday school teachers, the Sunday school teachers' use of the Bible. This kind of looks like it comes from that old Oxford Sunday School Teachers edition. Christian worker in his Bible. We need laborers in the harvest. How to read the Bible through in a year. Items of information about the Bible. Its history, chapters, verses. Palestine, its boundaries, peculiarities of the verses. Like what's the middle verse of the Bible, on and so forth. What's the longest verse, is always an interesting thing. Jewish feasts and festivals, divisions of time, harmony of the Gospels, the Lord's Prayer. And I'm going to tell you, we've gone through a lot. I still got that much left. I mean, just a lot left. You can tell it's the old Bible. This actually used to be hooked to the Bible. A little section like for family record. But you can tell we've still got a lot left. It's a thing on the Lord's Prayer, what the Revised Version is. This may be every place in the Bible where the Revised Version has differences, kind of like the Dixon's Analytical has. A condensed Bible commentary and difficult questions answered by Sanderson. So that's great. Look at that, 3 columns. We're looking at hundreds of pages of information back here in this thing. a biblical encyclopedia, concordance, and subject index combined. Tell the print's just really good. Safe space, they do the references, a lot of them to the side, I think, not all in sequence. Boy, am I only in the G's back here? I am. Wow. Has some pictures, like an old Smith's Bible Dictionary. So this biblical encyclopedia is good. Geographical index to the Bible. Strength and guidance in the Bible. Plants in the Bible, which there's books written about that. All the plants in the Bible, wild plants and herbs found in the Bible, music and musical instruments. A lot of people like to do studies on those subjects. There's books on all those. It's nice to have it right here. All the animals found in the Bible, all the trees and the shrubs found in the Bible. So then there's like your gazetteer and just your basic world maps in the back. Looks like it has several of them. You usually have either 8, 12, or 16. It's traditional. It's a little topo map. So if you can get one of these, man, they're just great little Bibles to have. And a lot of information. This Bible right here, you know, it's a sewn binding, except for what's out in the back, which I wouldn't use that anyhow. That I'd say, like, just as a carry Bible to church, this Bible's got 10 years left in it. Easy. And if you put a good leather conditioner on here, don't put it on the gold because it'll maybe get the gold off of there. But you put, I mean, it's already so flexible. It's almost local church-ish. Like folding it up, it's that supple that Bible like this will easy last you another 10 years of heavy use. So anyhow, Master Art Study Edition. Hope this blesses you. God bless you.